Good morning, children. Welcome to our online classes. Today we are going to discuss about the 8th class lessons, the total topics in the 8th class, the overall view of 8th class topics. According to the government rules, 7th class successfully completed in the previous year with the reducing of syllabus, and congrats to everyone, 7th class students. Welcome to 8th class. In this 8th class we have 24 lessons. Comparatively, the 7th class, the equivalent lessons given in the 8th class also, and maximum lessons are continuation of the 7th class topics, no doubt at all. So here we are discussing about what are the lessons in the 8th class. Everyone, remember all, everyone, you write all the lesson names in the first page of the notebook. Later we have to discuss one by one lessons, continuation of periods. So in this session we have to discuss about the overall view of the lessons. Actually our 8th class lessons can divide into 6 parts. Total 8th class lessons can divide into 6 parts. In the first part of the lessons, diversities on the earth. What we learned in the first part of the lesson, diversities on the earth. Here you understand, in this area we will learn 6 lessons. Those are all related to geographical issues. Related to geographical or the universe. Like those areas we are discussing in this particular topic. Diversities on the earth. What is the meaning? What is the theme? That means the earth is not uniform. The earth is not uniform. It can so many diversities on the earth. As we can see in our daily life, that the earth is not formed in the universal manner, not uniformly. We can see different type of landforms. We can see different type of vegetations. We can see different type of people. Like so many diversities on the earth surface. So in the previous lessons, the previous classes, we have learned some different type of diversities on the earth. In this class also introducing some other topics. The first area in this theme, reading and analysis of the maps. Reading and analysis of the maps. What we learned in this lesson, in the 6th and the 7th classes, map is the main tool about the information. Actually the maps are helps to getting the information of anything. And in the 6th and 7th classes we learned something about the maps, the brief history. Actually the maps are prepared by the geographers. Those geographers, according to their experience, to preparing some different type of maps. In the 6th class we learnt about the sketch map. It is the rough diagram. Our convenience, we have to show some information through the sketch map. The map is the representation of the flat surface of the earth. So in that particular area, how can we understand the map? How can we get the information by the map? It has some more long ways that we learn in 6th and 7th classes, like that symbols, and some different type of directions, corners, like those different colors. Those are all the different languages of the components that we called as components. Those components we learnt in 6th and 7th class. But what we learned in 8th class? In the 8th class, when did the maps used by the people? First in the world, who prepared the maps? What is the reason why they were concentrated to making the maps? The lesson began with these areas. It will end with the counter lines. In this lesson, we learnt about the evolution of the maps. Evolution of the maps from the ancient time till today. There are so many diversities. In the ancient time, the maps are not given proper information. The maps are totally made with the cloth. And nowadays, we are getting the maps, information, very accuracy. We are using some different type of satellites to gathering the information through the maps, Google Maps. Like these are all in the part of evolution that we learn in this lesson. And another thing, colors, different type of colors we are using to learn the map, to understand the information in the maps. That is also introduced in this lesson. And the final one is the contour lines. The introduction of the contour lines shows in previous classes. But in this class, what is something more information about the contour lines and how it can use it to be useful to the people that we discussed in this lesson. This is the first lesson, reading and analysis of the maps. And second lesson, energy from the sun. Energy from the sun, it is also the part of universe. The sun is the center of the universe. The sun is the main thing in the solar system. In the solar system, so many solar systems in the universe. Like we have the solar system. It is called as the galaxy. In this galaxy, the sun is the major object. It is the center of the solar system. Remaining all those things like the planets and so different type of other components are getting the energy. Not only the planets, we have also getting the energy from the sun only. Without sun, we can't survive on the earth. This energy, how can it released? The way of sun rays and the light. These two are very important things we can survive on the earth's surface. Yes, that we learn in this lesson. And the temperatures is not equivalent in every way and every time. What is the reason for this? The temperature is not equivalent. Take the example of the people living in the continental area and the sea coast area. The both are people are not getting the same feelings. What is the difference is there? The people lived in the low altitude and the high altitudes. Those temperatures also different. Those weather conditions also different. Like these are all those different type of variations of temperatures that occurred on the Earth's surface. What is the reason for these variations? Why? Because the sun releases the energy through the rays and the light in the constant manner, but we have not received in the equivalent manner. That we discussed in the second lesson. And the third one, the movements of the earth and seasons. The movements of the earth. We know everyone, the earth having two movements. That is the rotation and the revolution. Earth is not constant. Continuously rotate on its own axis, on its own and around the sun also. Those are called as the movements. These movements give some results to on the solar system, on the earth. That is, we can get day and night. The earth is not receiving light continuously throughout the day. Some of the day we get the light and next not dark. What is the reason is there? And second one, the temperatures is not equivalent in everywhere. Some months of the year we feel very cool. Some months of the year we feel very hot. Some months of the year we getting rain. Like these are the differences. These are all not uniform. How? These are all occurred on the earth's surface. What is the reason is there? By the movements of the earth. Those information we are getting by these lesson. You can understand. And fourth one. Fourth one is the people, those who are living in the polar region. The polar region. What is the fourth lesson? Polar region. What is polar region? Some two different areas is completely different than the other areas on the earth's surface. Those are very cold areas. Throughout the year, everything is covered with snow. We can't feel, we can't see those type of weather conditions. How the people are living is there. Take example, we have 4 seasons. But that area only 2 seasons. That is the winter and summer. Continuously 6 months they feel very dark. Continuous 6 months they getting the light. Throughout the year the water is completely covered with snow. Very little amount of days the water melts and getting the water. The people are continuously throughout the year they are taking the meal is totally non-vegetarians. Their diet is completely different. Their clothing is different. Their recreations are different than others. Their houses are different than others. That is the reason is called as the polar region. That one is also introduced in this lesson, in this class. And next one, forests. Forests. And the uses of the forest. Actually, the forests are very, very important sources to development of the nations. The forests are the backbone of to development of the nations. And the forests are the abode of the humans, abode of the animals. The forests are the source of different material. Once upon a time, the people completely lived in the forest areas. Not lived in constant, one place to another place. Already we discussed in 6th class, lesson, how the people are living in the forest area. But nowadays, completely the forest areas are disappeared. What is the reason is there? We are the reason. We are the reason. The overusage of the forest areas caused to decreation. Declaring the forest area. How it can affect the people? It is completely affected the people. It causes to more loss on the earth's surface. We feel so many problems. So in this situation, how the governments played a role to protect the forest areas? What are the responsibilities of the people to protecting the forest areas? What are the different acts launched to protecting the forest areas? Those things totally discussed in this forest lesson. And next one, mines and minerals. Mines and minerals. This is also one of the important area to development of the nation's forest and mines. Mines, meaning what we are getting from the nature is called as a mine. Water is the mine. Solar is the mine. Sand is the mine. Like in so many things. In the form of minerals. Take example, we are constructing the houses, we are using cement, bricks, different type of tiles. And we are using different type of vessels in our daily use. Like those are all made with the minerals only. That means minerals is the important role, played a crucial role in the continuation of the life. So what is the area of the minerals? These minerals are two types of minerals, that is the renewable minerals and the non-renewable minerals. That means which is the minerals are used continuously, those are not declined. Again and again it can used by the people, it is called as the renewable. But some of the minerals are non-renewable. Take the example of coal. Coal is the non-renewable. Once upon a time coal is available in the plenty. But nowadays coal is scarcity. Like so many things, non-renewable mines. So how we can use these minerals? What is the role of people to protecting the minerals? The uses of minerals. What is the act of government? What is the role of government to controlling the uses of minerals? What is the alternative things we are used to renewable, non-renewable mines? Like those are all the things we discussed in this mines and mineral lesson. Those are the 6 lessons in the part of theme 1. Now the second theme, production, exchange and livelihoods. Production, exchange and livelihood. In this theme, we discussed 3 lessons. Only. In the first one, money and banking. We know everyone, money is very important area in the human's life. Our life is completely running with the money. Actually, what is the role of money in the life of people? It is one of the mode of exchanging of goods from one place to another place, one person to another person. That is the use of money. And who managed this money system? Who responsible to manage the money system? But what is the conditions of people before invention of the money? The money used by the king's time. But what is before time? That system is called as the barter system. The barter system means the goods are exchanging one person to another person by another good only. It is called as the barter system. Nowadays also we are seeing some areas of barter system. Take the example of some of the street vendors are buying hair with some goods. Yes or no? And in our areas, in the rural areas, maximum we have seen the potters, carpenters, or the barbers, like these occupying people. They are giving service to the people by some food grains. The end of the year, the farmers and the other people are giving the food grains to the people. This is called as the barter system. After the barter system, we are using some metals. Later the currency. Nowadays we are using the online transactions. These are all called as the evolution of money. Evolution of money. From the barter system to now the cashless payments. How? These are all the system was developed in the world. That we discussed in this class. And another part of the lesson is banking. Banking means it is a place to store the money. Where our money is safe in the banks. This is the one of the thing. We can get some other benefits also. What is the role of banks and how many types of banks we have, and what is the main importance of the banks that we discuss in this production and money and banking. And next lesson, technology. Impact of technology on the livelihood. What is technology? Technology means applying the knowledge on the new things. Applying our knowledge on the new work is called as the technology. Take the example how the people once upon a time moving one place to another place by walk. But nowadays using some different type of vehicles. Once upon a time we are getting the air by the artificial. But nowadays we are using ACs, air conditioners, fans like this. What is the process? We are getting the air, but the theme of the air, the mode of the air. And another one, the information passes through one person to another person by the people or by the animals or by the birds. But nowadays we are using the Gmail, cell phones, like this, so many things. But what is the system here? Information passes from one person to another person. But here what? The mode of transportation, the mode of transactions, the mode of, that means to send the information. These are all the different. This is called as in the part of technology. Once upon a time the people used the pottery items, but nowadays completely those are all disappeared. Some cultural issues we are using the potter material. Remaining all those? We are not. These are all in the part of technology. Once upon a time we are using the cotton cloths, but nowadays we are using so many artificial cloths with a cheap price. So these are all in the part of technology. But what we learned, the importance of the technology, and another side, it is affected the life of so many people. It is caused to declining the life of so many people. Take the example, potters, weavers, that we learnt in the 7th class, handicrafts and handy weaves. What we learned? Their lives are totally declining. Yes or no? Right. These are all the impact of technology on the livelihood that we discussed in this lesson. And last one in this topic, public health and government. What is called public health? The major basic facilities of the people. According to our constitution, the government have the responsibility to providing the basic facilities to the people. What are called the basic facilities? That is, education is the basic facility. Health is the basic facility. Water is the basic facility. Housing is the basic facility. Communication is the basic facility. Those are all the basic facilities of the people. According to our constitution, article right to life, according to that, the people have right to getting these facilities by the government, and another side, the government also responsibility to providing these facilities also. In this purpose, the health is one of the basic need of people. And what is the role of government to providing the health facilities to the people? Take example from the village level, PHCs, CHCs, community health centers, and district level officers, district level hospitals, divisional level hospitals. Yes, those are all providing by the government or not? And so many medical colleges, so many students are graduates in the medical, getting education by the government or not? And in these so many in the village level we are seeing ANMs, ASHA workers. Yes or no? Right. Those are all in the part of government health services. In the pandemic situation, in this corona situation, who played the role? Government. Providing medicines to the people for controlling this pandemic situation. This is the live experience. Like so many facilities are provided by the government, recruitment, so many doctors, so many nurses, so many health workers to providing the health services to the people. These are all in the part of responsibilities of the government. And another side, we are also getting other facilities like the private services also. By these two, these two are the to providing sufficient health facilities to the people that we discussed. And the Anganwadis. What is Anganwadi? The main responsibility of the Anganwadi centers to providing the nutrients of food to the 1 to 6 year child. It has helps to controlling the deaths of people. So those are all provided by the government. Those are all the things we discussed in this public health and government. Right? These are the first two areas, first two things. In the next session, we will discuss next other lessons. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.